Anyway, on the bottom of this it says 2013 Valve Corporation, all rights reserved, and a whole bunch of Chinese, Chinese? Japanese? Chinese? I don't know. I think that's Chinese. Yeah, it says Dota 2. Okay, anyway. Yep. So she has a smudge on her head, bent sword, and... yeah, it's cute. I like it. It's just a cute little succubus girl. Let's see. Toy. Wow. Man, these descriptions. This toy came from Hong Kong. Okay. Wow, Star Wars. That's real popular these days now that the social justice warriors have taken it over. And that's not even an exaggeration, man. You even had... You had the guy who was running it. Oh, I forgot his name already. Ryan something. Anyway, they actually went on social media and pulled a Ghostbusters 2016. They said, well, if you don't like the Last Jedi, you're probably somebody who hates women. I mean, oh, God. That is just so evil. I can't believe they went that route after seeing how, Sony got blasted for that. I mean, they came out with a shitty movie, and people didn't like it, and it's not doing well. And what do you know? They fall back on saying that it's all about women. It's like, no, it was a shitty story. It was poorly presented. It had things in it that made no sense, and the men were stupid. Which movie am I talking about? I could be talking about Ghostbusters 2016, or I could be talking about The Last Jedi. They're almost identical. I mean, ugh. And not even, like... I mean, the tactics used in the movies were terrible. Or in The Last Jedi was terrible. They made no sense. Okay, getting off Kathleen Kennedy and the death of Star Wars, essentially. This is Boba Fett, and man, I wish his head would raise up a little higher. There we go. Oh, too far, Boba. God. Yeah. Jesus Christ already. This is Boba Fett from the Clone Wars cartoon, which was a lot nicer CGI than Rebels, but what can you do? It's just a cool figure. I mean, I really don't like Star Wars figures that much these days, but I liked this character's face, and I liked that the sculpt on his face was nice. And I mean, it represents the character very well. He was just this little badass angry kid in the Clone Wars who wanted revenge and shit. And this is really well done in my opinion. He has the holsters, and he has his guns, and he has his backpack. The backpack could be painted a little bit more extravagant, but it does have some paint apps on it. They put silver there, and they put some red there, and it's not bad. Yeah, I just like that head sculpt though. I mean, I think that's kind of cool. It does look like the character. They took the CGI model and they made the character. Now, another thing I got, which was actually a few days ago, not even in this mail pile. I've been holding it just for this. Let's make a comparison. Here's the Attack of the Clones version of him. Now look, here's his CGI head from Clone Wars, and here's the kid's actual face as it is. Well, wow, look how dusty this is. They couldn't sell this shit. I mean, that looks a lot like him. You know who doesn't look like that? Him. He doesn't look shit like that. Oh, wow. It's been sitting in the sun so long that it doesn't even hold any resistance. Oh my god, that's kind of pointless, isn't it? I guess it was just for the packaging. It looks like somebody took a picture inside someone's computer and their hair was hanging down. Wow, ugh. That's really just shitty looking. Okay. Hey, that's weird. That's weird. Doesn't he have a helmet? I guess not. I guess that's just a badass Boba before he was using the helmet. If I vaguely remember in the storyline of Clone Wars, he wasn't using the helmet right off the bat. I think he acquired his helmet from Mace Windu by... It was used as bait or something? I'm just totally ad-libbing. I'm not even sure. I think... Oh my god, look at the size difference! I've got this guy and this guy thinking I could use the poncho from him on him. And look at this. His guns are all nice and painted and solid. Typical Hasbro bullshit. Burnt. I mean, it's like McFarlane all over again. Don't these toy manufacturers give a shit? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think Mace Windu used his dad's helmet as like maybe a bait to lure him out. I don't know, or maybe it was vice versa. I really can't remember. Maybe he used the helmet with a bomb in it to lure out Mace Windu. Yeah, I think that's more accurate. Anyway, he didn't come with a helmet, and that makes sense, perfect sense, because he has flowing hair, and that would never fit on. This, ugh, God, holy shit! What horrible, ugly faces. I mean, what, did they not get the rights to the kid? And they had to just put some generic face on there? Man, that is shitty. And look at the backpack sizes. I mean, it's like, here you got, oh my god. Here you got tiny little brat, and you got tall brat, and one has a giant fucking backpack and one does not. I mean, granted, he's grown up a little bit here from the movie, but that's way different. Let's see, I wonder if the backpacks are... nah, it looks like the pegs are different. No, are they? They're close. It wouldn't take much customization. Or none at all. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of like the smaller backpack on him. Also, it has these little nozzles. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going way off base. Okay, wow, that is severely ugly. I feel bad for any kid that got this. Let's see, can I get that poncho on too? Yeah, that's gotta go. Kind of. Yeah, I had no idea that the figures were such drastically different sizes. God, that looks like shit. I'm coming for you. Oh god, that's hideous. Oh, yo, wow. You know what? I just got to remove his head. How smart would that be? Okay, well, that was a waste. That was a complete waste, that figure. There's nothing even salvageable from that. I have no use for any of those parts. Oh well, I kind of figured it would be that way. I just didn't realize the size differences. I thought at best I would be able to use this poncho on him. And I probably could if I cut up here, cut there for the arms, and cut maybe a little bit for the neck area. But yeah, I mean, say what you want about Star Wars franchise being dead now, which pretty much it is. Nobody wants to see the fucking Han Solo movie, and they just fucking took a major shit on the whole fucking franchise with that horrible fucking Last Jedi movie. Oh god, could it have been any worse? I mean, it's pretty bad when they made the prequels look decent. Didn't we all see it coming, though? I mean, man, don't even start me on fucking the shelves of toy aisles. Nobody's buying fucking Last Jedi shit. It's all a bunch of Rose figures. I mean, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. Look at how the way the figures were back in 1977 or 78 or whatever the fuck. I mean, look at the back of the card. I'm gonna put that up. Look how interesting that lineup is. That's fucking awesome. I mean, you know, there is a chick in there, too. I mean, it's not like chicks weren't represented anywhere, you know? I mean, Star Wars, the original trilogy, was kind of lacking in females, but so what? It made up for it in aliens and cool guys. And, you know, what do we have now? I'm going to have to make up the card art, because the card art doesn't even show these days the whole figure line of that wave. I mean, compare the old way Star Wars, compare, like, the old lineup, how interesting it is, to this new lineup that I had to mock up because it wasn't on the package. Wow. Isn't that fucking beautiful? Look at all that shit. You have all these droids and all these aliens and all these dark guys and all these cool guys, and then you have just a bunch of bag ladies. I don't know. And a bunch of guys who have zero character, and oh my man, it's just bad. Poor Star Wars. I really did like it. Although, even as a kid, I'm not gonna lie, even as a kid, when I went and saw when I saw Return of the Jedi, after seeing Star Wars, then Empire Strikes Back, I expected Return of the Jedi to be the shit. And it kinda was, but it kinda wasn't, because they went hardcore on the fucking Muppets. Oh my god, there was more Muppets than I'd ever wanted to see in my life. And it wasn't helped by the fact they actually had TV shows, TV movies. Like, there was like 2 Ewok movies that on TV that were just terrible. Oh my god. It was like Willow shit. I mean, I don't know. Some people like Willow. I personally did not. And that's pretty much what those 2 movies were. In fact, they probably had some of the same midgets in the suits. But, you know, it wasn't cool. Everybody came back to Return of the Jedi all cocky and shit. It was kind of weird. You know what? Fuck all my other toys that I got today. I'm gonna talk about Star Wars. Okay. The Last Jedi, right? Now, go back in time to Return of the Jedi. What happened at the end? The Republic, the rebels, the rebellion, they won. And that meant, boom, they're building the Republic now. And the Empire was like, ouch. And they went over here, and they're like, well, shit, the Republic's gonna grow now. And over here, the Republic's like, well, shit, the Empire's just not gonna go away tomorrow. You know, we can't just kill everybody, you know. So they're like, okay, motherfucker, you stay over there. Okay, fuck, you stay over there. So they did that. They split up. The Empire and the Rebellion pushed away from each other, which, you know, realistically makes a lot of sense. Because, you know, the Empire was huge and the Republic's only going to get huge. So, you know, you can't just have them turn into a big murderous force and, yeah, kill all the Empire. Anyway, so what happened was, you had, in these newer movies, you had this Mr. Potato Head Snoke guy. I can't remember. Yeah, Snoke. He came down and he took away some of the Empire. Not sanctioned by the Empire. He just broke off and made his own little force. Leia saw this over in the Republic and was like, well, fuck, I have to do that too. So she came over here and made the Resistance. So you have the Empire, the Rebellion, Mr. Potato Head, and Princess Leia. You know. So in these movies, what happened? In The Force Awakens, Mr. Potato Head got really fucking huge, and he actually blew up a whole bunch of planets of the Rebellion. So this new movie starts, The Force Awakens, and it's like, you know, time has passed because, you know, everybody was able to change their clothes. And it's like, you have... So Mr. Potato Head essentially has waged war not on just the Resistance now, but with the entire Republic. All those fucking systems, all those planets, are now part of the Resistance. Nope. Due to bad writing, I mean, I didn't even get past the crawl of The Force Awakens. Why? Because it's saying Leia's the last of the Resistance. How the fuck is that possible? It doesn't make sense. Mr. Potato Head just blew up fucking a shitload of fucking planets in the Resistance. The Resistance is gonna be pissed. Or, I mean, the Republic's gonna be pissed. They're gonna send all their shit down to Leia. And Mr. Potato Head's gonna be like, you know, no. Just for dramatic effect, they said, nah, Leia's all alone and she's actually shrinking. It's like, what the fuck? That makes no goddamn sense. You wage war. This is like if you had Nazi Germany and you had the USA, and Nazi Germany, you know, some little tiny band of Nazi Germany came in and went over to America and blew up New York completely. Do you think that America would just be like, oh, that's cool, no problem. we'll just send a couple policemen over to Germany to stop them. No, it would have been like fucking a massive war effort to destroy Germany, you know? And they would get their allies and they would obliterate Germany. I mean, it's just how it would have been, you know? I mean, it's condescendingly stupid. The writing, just at the crawl, is condescendingly stupid. And, I mean, then you have, oh god, these people are so unmemorable in this movie. Poe, the wannabe Han Solo guy. Or maybe that's Finn. I don't know. I saw Finn dressed like Han Solo. Anyway, whatever Poe is supposed to be, you know, it is this great pilot, just like Rey. You know, here he is. He fucking pretty much led the fighters to blow up the bad Death Star number 5882 in The Force Awakens. And, you know, he's a war hero. So what you have... Princess Leia and Agent Diane from Twin Peaks pretty much going, we're not gonna tell you what our plans are, Poe. And he's like, well, you know, he's like, well, I've got to do something because you're sending us to our death. And they're like, and it's like, He's the fucking war hero here. And he just blew up a dreadnought. I mean, that wasn't a bad idea. Yes, they lost a couple fighters. Yes, they lost their bombers. But they blew up a fucking dreadnought. What does that do? Like he said, it makes the resistance, you know, go, or it makes the whole Republic go, you know what? This is some serious shit, and these guys have enough balls to maybe pull it off. We gotta send our resources to them. And you know, for the few people, I mean, you could probably count them on your hand. How many people died of the resistance versus how many thousands were on this big fucking dreadnought with these big fucking planet-destroying cannons? Hello? He made the best fucking decision right off the bat. And, you know, it paid off. It paid off well. I mean, he did something great, and they're like, we didn't like that very much. Which is stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. Wow. I have only gone into the first few minutes of this film, and I'm already taking a shit on it. With justifiable excuses for why. I mean, shit. I mean, these are horrible plot problems here. But yeah. You know what? Fuck Star Wars. Like, not only have they come out on social media, you know, the people who made this and said, oh, you know, if you don't like this, then you hate women. They've also said, flat out, yeah, we were using Star Wars as a springboard for social justice. Dude, why would you do that? I mean, and not only that, like with Ghostbusters 2016, they could have done it right where everybody watching it would be happy, mostly, you know. I mean, Ghostbusters 2016, what was wrong with it? Well, it's not that it was a bunch of women. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool. At first, Sony portrayed this as being a continuation of Ghostbusters. And then, you know, after that trailer that led to that assumption was pulled, because people were like, oh, wait, it's not a reboot? Or it's not a continuation? You know, they pulled that. Then they went and turned it into a total chick movie, which was a reboot. And that's not cool. I mean, Ghostbusters wasn't dead. I mean, you know, with Star Wars, you know, you had a whole shitload of movies already. So to reboot that would be really stupid, just like Star Trek. And to try and reboot Ghostbusters, even though it only had 2 movies, I mean, they still had a video game which was practically Ghostbusters 3. And, you know, you just don't reboot shit that's worked. I mean, if something was failing and something was dated, yes, kill it. But the Ghostbusters universe was still very alive. I mean, there's no reason that these 4 chicks in the Ghostbusters movie couldn't have gotten the reins from the original guys. It's like, Egon's dead, and Venkman's like, well, I want to sell the franchise and live in Tahiti. Somebody else continues on with the science, like Rey, maybe. I don't know. Winston goes and does something awesome, and, maybe even shows up to help them or whatever. No. The problem was that Paul Feig and other people in charge there wanted to use Ghostbusters as a springboard for social justice. They didn't care to make the movie good. They cared to promote something that they have in their head. And man, their head. Shit. And then they made the mistake of saying everybody who doesn't like it hates women, lives in their basement, are 40 years old, and has no friends. I mean, wow. That is just the stupidest thing to do to people who love your franchise. That is just cold shit. But yeah, that unfortunately, the people like Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson, they haven't learned their lesson from Ghostbusters. They went and did the same thing with Star Wars. They called the fans a bunch of nerds that hate women and are afraid of chicks. I mean, what the fuck? There was not one person going into that movie going, I hope it fails. That's the last thing. After seeing The Force Awakens and seeing the Mary Sue character that Rey is, Mary Sue being a character in literature and media and stuff where, they can do everything perfectly the first time, which is pretty much her, Anyway. Oh, wow, I just went off my train of thought there. Get it back. Yeah, I mean, they didn't learn a lesson from Ghostbusters 2016. They took a shit on the fans, and that's just a really bad thing to do. I mean, now it's like, who is supposed to be buying all these toys that are sitting on the shelves? And, gee, I wonder why Toys R Us went out of business. I mean, oh my god. Just look at this one YouTube channel called World Class Bullshitters. I mean, he pretty much breaks it down quite well. No one's buying these fucking toys. And now, the Toys R Us that he was reviewing them at, this phenomena at, is actually going out of business along with every other Toys R Us in the world. Oh, man, this video. Not only is it long, but it has nothing to do with these toys that I just got. Okay, I'm going to cut it here. I'll probably get back to Star Wars at some point. Yeah. I'm going to stop this, and then I'm just going to restart with the other packages.
Sir, you are no gentleman.
And you, miss, are no lady.
Oh.
Don't think that I hold that against you. Ladies have never held any charm for me.